Hello friends, my name is Dr. Atul Goswami and in this series of e-lectures, today we are studying the difference between transitive and intransitive verbs. While studying these, two questions may come to our mind. The first question.
But what is the need to know?
The question is that what is the need to know the difference between transitive and intransitive verbs? And the answer is that if we want to learn about active and passive voice, then we must know the difference. Otherwise, we will not be able to handle the questions correctly, because only those verbs which are transitive in nature can be passivized. And the second question is,
What is the difference between transitive verbs and intransitive verbs?
okay, very good question. Suppose if I write sentences like I love and I like. If I write these, then you will ask me, hey sir, what do you love? And what do you like? And suppose if I write, I love books, I like ice cream. So in this case, the verbs love and like are answering the question who or what. Suppose if I write I love my parents, then in that case it is answering the question who. And if I write I like ice cream, then it is answering the question I love what. So basically we can say that transitive verbs are those verbs which answer the question who and what. Second question, that what is the difference? And before we move on, we can say the same goes for phrasal verbs also. If I write I am looking for, then the question is I am looking for what or I am looking for who. So in this case we can say that looking for as a phrasal verb is also a transitive phrasal verb because it answers the question who or what. Let me complete the sentence. I am looking for my wallet. Next the question comes, then if transitive verbs answer the question who and what, then what are intransitive verbs? And the answer is that intransitive verbs are those verbs in which the action of the verb is completed by the subject. Intransitive verbs, let's say, verbs in which the action of the verb is completed by the subject. So these are those verbs which do not require an object. One more thing which we need to understand is that if we forget about these 5 simple verbs like fall, sleep, come, go, and die, we just find that the most of the verbs can be used either transitively or intransitively. So we can say that basically verbs cannot be categorized completely into transitive and intransitive. It depends on their use whether a verb is transitive or intransitive. So we'll finish it with simple examples. Suppose there is a verb like run. I can use it both transitively and intransitively. If I write that I run 10 kilometers daily, then the verb run answers the question who and what. And if I write it like this, that I run very fast, then this verb run, the action is completed by the subject, and in this case it does not require any object. So we can say again that a transitive verb is a verb that passes over from subject to object, or simply which answers the question who and what. And an intransitive verb is that verb in which the action of the verb is completed by the subject, or in other words, an intransitive verb is a verb which does not need an object. Okay, and one more thing, that if we need to know the difference, or if we want to do the questions related with active and passive voice correctly, we must understand the difference. And let me summarize it once again, that when it comes to intransitive and transitive verbs, the difference is that a transitive verb is a verb which shows an action which needs an object, and an intransitive verb is a verb which does not require such object. Or very simply we can say a transitive verb, a verb which answers the question who or what, and an intransitive verb, it does not require any action or any object. Why? Because the action is completed by the subject only, and only those verbs which are transitive in nature can be changed into passive. And one last thing, that if you just forget about these 5 verbs like fall, sleep, come, go and die, we find that basically it depends on the use of the verb whether the verb is transitive or intransitive. I hope that this has clarified your doubts about transitive and intransitive verbs. Thank you very much.